Yahoo, everybody! This is Brother King and Brother Benny Shadwick, and we're going to be doing Hillbilly Hebrew.
Yes.
And the reason I started out that way, they laugh at us because we go barefooted in Arkansas. But Yahoo is a term that's used in many different groups of letters and words, but it's an expression of the name of God. So that's why I can say Yahoo with a wonderful smile on my face and do a little southern drawl. We're going to start off with the alphabet, and Brother Benny is going to share the first letter. And first of all, I'll give you a little history about the Hebrew language.
Okay. So thank you, Brother David.
Amen,
my
brother.
Hebrew hillbilly friend, brother in the Lord.
The toe tapper.
Yes. So before we start, understand that, we're not professionals. That's why it's hillbilly.
That's right.
But we want to, hopefully you'll get interested in seeing these little short clips that we hope to keep doing. And keep in mind that when you write the letter of a Hebrew letter, okay, so for example, here's the first letter and it's ALEPH, okay, and it's the first letter, all right, and this is just how I draw it. So just like in our English language, there's many fonts. My fonts are not very good.
Hey, if you look at my A's, they're not going to match your A's.
Yeah, and mine's not very good. But the point is, you can get the idea. So when you go and compare this online, when you go follow us around, however you do it, you'll see, well, this looks quite a bit different. Well, that's why. So then there's also the other. This would be called the modern Hebrew. Now it's interesting that it's called modern when it actually dates back all the way to the Babylonian captivity. But before that Hebrew, this is the ALEPH. I may be drawing it backwards. Tell me if I am. Does it go the other way?
I think it looks good to
okay.
me.
It may be flipped the other way, but I'm dyslexic, so it could be backwards. But anyway, this is the ALEPH. In the Paleo, it's Paleo. See, I told you can't write. Paleo Hebrew. This is modern Hebrew, but again, they're both ancient. So this was the first Hebrew, and this is the one that we'll find some really cool things that God did, because remember, He created everything with Hebrew, with His words, and so that's what we'll talk about as we go along. And also, I guess that's all I can think of for right now.
Well, I want you to notice, if you look at the older one here that we have, this view here, if you turn that around, it looks like our modern A. But actually, this is a picture of what we would call an ox.
Yep.
And that's the oldest image that you might say that reflects this word. It's a picture language.
Yes.
And once you understand the picture behind the language, it shows you more than you've ever seen before. I mean, that's what's amazed me.
Right.
When we study the Bible, we do it the American way. We go to the dictionary and look up the words, and it'll tell us this or that. But when we go into the actual Hebrew language, we have to go to the imagery. And when we go to the imagery, we find out that it means something sometimes entirely different than what it does now.
Yes. That's beautiful. I'm going to just add one thing, and then we're going to end this session, because like I said, we're going to make these short so you can watch as many as you like. But as Brother King just talked about, that it's a picture language, and you think about our language. An A, we think, well, what would our language in picture? We think of airplane or apple, but our language is not really a picture language. Hebrew actually means that. In that letter, the ALEPH means ox. And so as we go along, keep in mind that these pictures, when you put them together, they're going to show you a whole scene, right?
So stay tuned. We'll be right back with the second part, and we're going to go through this letter, and we're going to tell you a whole lot more. So thanks for watching Hillbilly Hebrew right here in Paragould, Arkansas.